Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah. This week, looking at the text in Parshat Re'eh concerning the way in which we provide assistance, financial assistance to the poor. We focused a little bit on the element which is around lending money. But clearly, the Chachamim allow themselves to go beyond the money lending component of our psukim and to read it more broadly. One line that I want us to note this morning is the verse that the Torah says, "V'habei tabitenu dei machsoro asher yachsar lo." You should lend him sufficient of his lacking, that which he is lacking. Okay, that's a strange way to translate a verse. Lend him sufficient for his need, in that which he lacks is the way they kind of worked around it. But there's something that's repeated here twice. Machsoro asher yachsar lo. That which the lacking, that which he is lacking, that has us focus on not just on subsistence, but on enabling someone to return to or remain in a way of living. Now, there's an extreme version of this that the Chachamim describe, and it's actually quoted in the Rambam in Matnot Aniyim, Perek Zayin Halacha Gimel. V'afilu haya darko shel ha'ani l'erkov al hasus ve'ebed ratz lefanav. If it was the case that for this person who's now poor, at one point in time, an earlier point in time, it was his practice that he had a horse to ride on, and maybe there even was a servant person who ran before him as a great honor type of thing. That's really special. People might have servants do that. Not something we're accustomed to at all, or feel comfortable with having. The Yarad min chasav, and that person suddenly loses all his possessions. So people should konin lo sus l'erkov alav. You should buy him a horse to ride on. Ve'eved larutz lefanav, and a servant to run before him. Shneimar dei machsoro sheyachsar lo. Quoting this verse, whatever he's been lacking, that which he's been lacking, you should try to restore to him. Now, I guess in a world in which there are endless tzedakah funds around, to be able to do this, maybe we would imagine such a thing. But in a world in which tzedakah funds are of limited basis, limited amounts, right? This isn't out there. That we might decide that we have different type of distribution of our tzedakah before we go to an eved larutz lefanav. But that's just an interesting psychological statement about the way in which we need to be thinking about this person. He's not simply missing money. He's lost his station. And part of what we as a community try to do is restore a person, if we can, to his station. That being said, regarding Dei Machsoro Sheyachsar, the Rambam goes on to say, Umutzuvat Tala Hashlim Chesro. No, it's true. The commandment is to try to restore him to that which he's kind of missing. But you're not commanded to make him a wealthy man, even if he was once a wealthy man, it sounds like, right? So he recognizes a cap here. But nonetheless, the core mindset point of appreciating that a person has fallen, and our job is to try to restore him, not just with specific sums, but on his sense of self, her sense of self. That is critical. That's part of the work we do. And even so, when you give tzedakah, it should be the way you engage with a person. It should be indeed with the dignity that this person deserves for what he knows himself to be, and you know him to be as well. Have a beautiful day of helping restore people to where they need to be.